Hello and welcome to the Daily Forex Report for February 20th. We're looking at the US Japanese yen pair. You can see this pair closed up today just by a little bit, did move higher and pulled back significantly prior to the close. Look for it to potentially go up and hit resistance around 80.00, possibly pulling back and hitting support around 78.95. Now the Euro USD pair, this pair closed higher. Still has not retraced this gap. Looking for that to occur today or during this next session. Look for it to potentially go as high as 133.49, possibly as low as 130.94. Look for some resistance around 132.95, and look for some support around 131.55. Now the pound US dollar pair, this pair did fill its gap, the small little gap that it did create. We do have a high here, pulled back though prior to closing. Look for it to potentially go as high as 159.44, possibly as low as 157.55. Look for some resistance around 158.79, and look for some support around 157.75. Now the US Swiss, this pair closed down during this last session. Went down and touched previous area of support and pulled back prior to the closing at a level of support that we've seen before. Look for this pair to potentially go as high as 0.9233, possibly as low as 0.9032. Look for some resistance around 0.9200, and look for some support around 0.9125. Now, what am I looking at during this next session? We really don't have any significant news announcements, but what I am looking for is the US Swiss to come down and break through basically today's low. Looking for it to head to the downside. If we place a, if you want to take a look at this, if we have long-term trend line to the downside, if we back out even further, you can see that we have an area of previous support right here in several locations here. It was resistance there, support, support, and support. Now if we break to the downside down to where this would meet, this would be our first area that we need to be concerned about at 164, but coming on down about 450 pips, that's actually right in line with this area of previous support that we had right here. We also saw a slight pullback at that price. So if we get a move to the downside, let me zoom back in. This is what we're looking for. Basically for it to move to the downside using a fairly large stop loss. This is a longer term play. Using a stop loss of about 220. First exit or first area to maybe move to break even would be 169 pips below that. Then looking to exit about 450 to the downside. Well, I hope that helps, and until next time, this is Jason Fielder. Good trading.